If you care about your AWS bill and potentially have a contract negotiation with them or other large cloud providers, please reach out to us at duckbillhq.com. Now that we've survived RSA, let's see what AWS has for us. Amazon Aurora PostgreSQL now available with the AWS free tier, which sounds generous until you realize $100 in credits evaporates faster than a puddle in US East 1, particularly when you figure out what Aurora costs. This is the cloud equivalent of a drug dealer's first taste. Get developers hooked on Aurora's convenience, then watch their managers discover what serverless scaling costs at production volumes. The only problem with that, of course, is that they didn't give you enough credits to even get that first taste. Genius. Amazon EKS announces 99.99% service level agreement and new 8XL scaling tier for provision control plane clusters. 4 nines of availability for your Kubernetes control plane measured in 1-minute intervals. That SLA is impressively tight right up until you remember that it only applies if you're paying for the provisioned control plane tier, which is itself very expensive. Genius! Lambda increases the file descriptor limit to 4096 for functions running on Lambda managed instances. Quadrupling the file descriptor limit is the kind of fix that makes you wonder how anyone was running high concurrency web services on Lambda before without hitting that wall constantly. The answer, of course, is that they weren't. They were just getting mysterious failures and blaming themselves. The AWS Advanced JDBC wrapper now supports automatic query caching with Valkey. Simply add the wrapper dependency, enable the plugin, configure endpoints, and annotate your queries. That's AWS's definition of a few short steps. That's like saying climbing Everest is easy. Just walk uphill for a bit. Still, automating JDBC caching beats writing it yourself, which is the lowest possible bar to clear. Announcing Aurora PostgreSQL serverless database creation in seconds. Hey, we have this super crappy thing. Did we make it less crappy? Hell no, we made it provision faster. This is solving the part of Aurora that nobody was actually complaining about. The hard part was always the pricing surprises, not the setup time. But sure, now you can get to your first bill shock faster than ever. 2 clicks to create, 200 clicks to understand your invoice. Enhancing auto-scaling resilience by tracking worker utilization metrics. Turns out scaling on CPU utilization when your workers spend all day waiting on DynamoDB responses is like judging a restaurant's capacity by how hot the kitchen is. This blog walks you through worker utilization metrics instead, which is genuinely useful advice that'll save you from 3 a.m. pager events. CloudFront, flat rate pricing plans, new features, and expanded capabilities. Flat rate pricing from CloudFront sounds great, until you realize that Lambda at Edge invocations are still billed at standard pay-as-you-go rates on top of your plan. But that should be okay because who the hell is using Lambda at Edge anymore? No overage charges with an asterisk is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, but at least the AI bot dashboard lets you watch your money leave in real time. IAM policy types. How and when to use them. 7 IAM policy types, each with its own attachment point, evaluation logic, and existential dread. This blog post is useful, which makes it suspicious, coming from the same team that designed the policy evaluation flowchart that looks like it was drawn by a caffeinated spider. Bookmark it before your next access denied mystery. Preparing for agentic AI. A financial services approach. 7 design principles for letting AI loose in financial services. I'd have gone with 1. Don't. But sure, comprehensive observability and fine-grained access controls sound great until an autonomous agent decides to rebalance a portfolio at 3 a.m. and your only explainability is a CloudWatch log that nobody reads. And that's what happened last week in AWS. I'm Corey Quinn. Please stick around and stay salty.